I want to show you a very sort of small. It's small in the sense that there's not a lot of configuration that goes into it, but I think it's important. And this is the chat and Google Talk facility inside that you get through Google Apps. What's going to happen is, if you want to chat inside of Google Apps, you have basically a couple of options. The first option is, and the one I think is probably most commonly used, is to go to Gmail, and in Gmail you have this little chat pane where you can invite people who are inside of your coffeekooks.com universe in this case, and and have a little chat with them. There's a link that is on the downloadable documents that I just think is the coolest thing in the world, that allows you to invite to chats that you have bots or automated robots that will translate your chat in real time. So FR2EN is the bot for French to English. So I can have a chat with FR2EN, and you can see my little chat window down here in the corner. Actually, I'll press the expand button and bring this sort of chat to the forefront. And if I type in an expression in French, if I type in bonjour tout le monde, then in real time the FR2EN bot will translate it for me. So I can basically have an internet chat with people in any language. The FR2EN bot I can invite to any chat, and I can invite other people to the chats as well. And if I was speaking with somebody who was a French speaker and I didn't speak French, then it would look at each comment and translate it back to English as appropriate. There aren't bots, from what I can tell, that translate from a non-English language to another non-English language, but if you have to have a chat with somebody who doesn't share your language, chances are you can figure out a way to set it up. And here's Brian. And if I can see Brian is here. The reason I've been asking Brian whether he was there is because he didn't have the little camera next to him. I'm back in Gmail, as you can see right now. I can actually hover my cursor over his name and then click on video and more, and then say start a video chat. And right now it's ringing. And here's me. And here we go. This is Brian.
Hello, audience.
Yeah. So if I'm gonna go ahead and shut you down just because Brian, just because we were showing that this is possible, but video chat's a great way to look at yourself while pretending to talk to another person. So basically, that is the end of my first section, and I covered a few diverse topics in it, and I'm happy to take questions now to discuss any loose ends that might be coming out of the chat area.
One question I have is there a difference? I know that there's only 50, you filled up the 50 slots that you had for, was it collaborators for Coffee Kooks? Is that correct?
Well, yes. I mean, there are, and I'm actually going to pull up the web page right now to show you. If I go to my dashboard, I can click on 48 users, and it says I'm approaching the 50 user account limit for this organization. So if I want to have more than 50 users, I have to upgrade to Apps Premier. So yes,
Will people who are registered users see the website Coffee Kooks differently than people who aren't?
Well, that's sort of the thing. If you go to www.coffeekooks.com, if you're a registered user, whether you're logged in or not, you will see it in the same way as somebody who is not a registered user and logged in, as long as the website is shared with the world. If the website permissions were set that only people at coffeekooks.com could see it, then you would get a login when you typed www.coffeekooks.com, and only people inside of the domain would get to see it. But if you want to edit it, if you want to update any sort of content, certainly, or play around with images or anything like that, you need to go to sites.google.com/a/coffeekooks.com. It's a mouthful, but there's just no way of getting around
No way
it.
of getting around it.
That's intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is all written down, by the way, in the downloadable documentation. So don't worry about having to scribble down everything, because it's written down for your viewing pleasure later on. So
I have one question here.
Yeah,
how
please
do
go
you
ahead.
find chatbots if you don't know the name of a chatbot?
right, well, you have two options. One of them is to look at the downloadable handout, and I've got a link there for it. But you could just also type in Google Chat Translation Bot, and hopefully it'll take us right there. So yeah, if I just go to Google Chat Translation Bot, Google Talk Translation Bot, it'll take me right there, and we can see that there's a whole bunch of languages that all go from non-English languages to English, with the exception of this last one, which converts between traditional Chinese and Chinese. So, if one of you doesn't speak English at all, then you might have some difficulty using this feature. Well, actually, I'm sorry, I take that back. If an Arabic speaking person was talking to a Bulgarian speaking person and neither one of them spoke English, then you could probably invite all four of these bots to the chat and make something happen. if it's worth it to you to go to those links.
And is there a way to have that chat saved as just the translated, as opposed to having both languages in there?
Yeah, I mean, you would have to basically. That's something that you would just do manually if you wanted to. I mean, once you were finished with the chat, you would copy it to your text editor or Google Doc, and then just remove the expressions that you consider to be redundant. It has this kind of hacky feel to it. Just basically having a robot at the table that anytime it sees a certain language will translate it for you. It's not like it's not as elegant as it would be if I was speaking to somebody who didn't speak English and I just didn't even see their non-English text. You see all the text translated and otherwise.
Question from the chat room regarding Google Sites login. Isn't there a sign-in link included by default in the template's footer?
Is there? Let's look. If there is, then it's one that I didn't notice. Oh yeah, right down here. Gosh, you may not even be able to see it because the brown of the background blends with the red of the link. But yes, thank you. I just learned something. you can go all the way down to the bottom and see that. I completely overlooked that. So yeah, that's another way in.
We had someone in the chat room who was pretty sure there was something like that there, but.
And of course, you notice when I click on it, where that link takes me. It takes me to this very cumbersome URL again, where I can do my editing. So thank you.